Can you see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
What can you see, class? The slide, inheritance?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we can start our session. Wait lang. Okay, so our discussion for this evening is about inheritance, abstraction, and encapsulation. But um, if we still have time, I hope we still have time to discuss encapsulation and abstraction. But let's discuss first inheritance. So just like in your parents, you and your parents, you are inheriting something from them, like right? Just like pareha mo og mata, pareha mo og buhok, that is inheritance. Also, for example, dato ka inyong parents, and then they will be giving you or pagmanahan mo nila og kanang ilahang kadato. So that is what we also called inheritance. So in Java, there's also inheritance. Um, we also have the word inheritance, and it also works the same as in the real life. So inheritance in Java is the process by which one class acquires the properties or data members and functionalities or methods of another class. Meaning to say, whatever datas that are present in the superclass or in the parent class, you can or the child class can inherit that, or they can the child class can also use that. Here, the class which inherits the properties of other class is known as subclass or derived class or child class. So katud ang mga subclass or naga-inherit og properties from the other class, that is what we call the child class or the subclass. So just like you, kamo ang child, and you also have your parent class. So the parent class, the class whose properties are inherited, is known as superclass, base class, or parent class. So um, you will be the child class and your parents will be the parent class. So whatever that your parents own, you also own that. So mao na ang same po dere sa inheritance in Java. So if you are still living with your parents right now, whatever things in your house that your parents own, you also own that one. So same here in inheritance, that also works the same. Kung unsay naa si parent class, pwede pod magamit ni child class. Naatay two types of classes in inheritance. We have the subclass and the superclass. Again, as discussed, the subclass, that is those are the child classes, and the superclass is the parent class. To inherit from a class, you have to use the keyword extends. So this keyword is extends, meaning to say, if Angel here is extending from for example from her mother, so si Angel karon ang um siya karon ang atoang child class. And iyahang parent now will be the superclass. So you have to use the keyword extends in order for us to identify nga naga-extend ka or naga-inherit ka og something or datas or methods from the parent class. So that is the kanang timailhan nga naga-extends or naga-inherit ka og sa other class. So we have here an example. A subclass car inherits the attributes and methods from the superclass vehicles. As you can see, this one is another class. This is also another class. So here, si vehicle ang ato ang parent class, and nganong mabalaan nato siya nga siya ang parent class, because as you can see from here, the car extends vehicle. So the car here is the child class, and katong iyahang gi-extend, um that is the parent class. So extends, you have to use the word extends in order for us to identify that this is an inheritance. And whatever methods and whatever variables that the vehicle have, the child class or the car class can also use that one. Just like here, see honk, as you can see, this is a honk method. So as you can see from here, natay method na honk, and it says system that out the println toot toot. So from and looking at the child class, nagamit siya og honk, pero as you can see wala, pero as you can see wala na siya nag-declare og method na honk. As you can see from here, there's no declaration of the method. And here, since this is already declared, this honk is already declared in the parent class. So meaning to say, there's no need for you to declare it again from your child class. And the protected here, there are three types of protection, data protection. We have the protected, private, and public. Usually, ang atong ginagamit is si public, right? But we also have the protected. Protected means, kung si public, magamit siya with all the classes. Maskin pag wala naka-extend sa iyaha. Magamit siya, again, with all other classes. If ever lang daghan ka og classes nga gibuhat. Si protected naman, it cannot be used with classes who does not extend this class. So for example, kung naatay other class nga motorcycle na wala siya nag-extend kay vehicle, si brand na variable cannot be used by the class motorcycle because protected can only be used within the class, within vehicle class, or within the car class because it's extending or it is inheriting the variables or the datas inside the vehicle. Do you get me? Understood? Kasabot wala. Ay, maningog. Can you hear me or not?
Kalungog, ma'am.
Can you see my screen or not?
Makita man, ma'am.
Why are you not answering?
Nagduha-duha mi, ma'am.
Wala mo kasabot or kasabot? Mura mo na kong pangutana. Okay, so again, we have the protected, public, and private. But I'm just giving you an overview of what is protected and what is private and what is public. So protected, again, can only be used by this class, kaning class na vehicle, and can only be used by the classes that extends it. So since si car, naga-extend man siya or naga-inherit man siya kay vehicle, meaning to say, magamit niya ang variable nga brand. Because as you can see, kani declaration of variable lang man eh, protected string brand. Pero lahi lang iyahang security or iyahang protection. Protected lang. We also have the private. Si private class can only be used within the class. So we have the car, kanilang na car or kanilang na class, car class ang makagamit sa variable na model name. Dili siya pwede gamiton ni vehicle even though naka-extend siya or even though pwede gamit si vehicle ang parent ni car. So that is just the concept class. Later on, we'll discuss in NetBeans how to try to code inheritance. It's also part of your ULO exercise, right? So again, we have this, and then as you can see, gigamit niya si Honk miskan wala niya gi-declare ang method. So basically, that is just um the so tawag na mo ang explanation for the inheritance. Do any question for the inheritance before we proceed further?
No, ma'am.
Okay. We also have this example. We have the animal as our parent class or superclass. And as you can see, si mammal ug si reptile naga-extend siya kay animal. So meaning to say, ang ilahang parent class is si animal. Si mammal and si reptile, those are the child classes of animal. Okay? And we also have the dog, which extends the mammal. So meaning to say, si dog kinsa iyahang parent. Kyla, who is the parent of the dog? Kyla?
Ah, animal, ma'am.
Hmm?
Ah, animal. Sorry muna.
The Fontorum, who is the parent of the dog? The Fontorum, who is the parent of the dog? We can't hear you. Okay. So, the parent of the dog is the mammal because again, whoever you extend or kung kay kinsa siya nag-extend, siya ang parent. Since si dog nag-extend siya kay mammal, meaning to say, si mammal ang parent ni dog. Dili si animal because they don't have any connection. They don't extend with each other. Okay? Okay, if your name is called, please answer ha. And if I already called the name, please don't chat your answers. Adrian, please turn on your mic.
Hello, ma'am.
Who are the child classes of the animal?
Child classes of the animal is, ano, ma'am? Um, reptile,
And
reptile and mammal.
very good. So, again, kung kay kinsa siya nag-extend, siya ang parent class. So si mammal nag-extend siya kay animal, meaning to say si mammal ang child class, si animal ang parent class. Si reptile is also extending with the animal. So reptile will be the child class and animal will be the parent class. And here, since si dog nag-extend siya kay mammal, so si mammal ang parent class ni dog. So that is just an example. We have three types of inheritance. We have the single inheritance and the multi-level inheritance and the hierarchical inheritance. So sa single inheritance, these are the subclasses inherit the features of one superclass. So as you can see from here, si A will be the superclass, and from the example, si mammal will be the parent class and si dog will be the um, child class. So, here kay isa lang man nag-extend after ni dog wala na may lain nag-extend pa kay mammal, right? Si dog lang man ang nag-extend kay mammal. So that is what we call the single inheritance. Isa lang ang ilahang connection. We also have the multi-level inheritance. It is a derived class will be inheriting a base class, and as well as the derived class also act as the base class to other class. So for example, this one, um, this is the more siyang nagka-sumpay-sumpay. So, assuming this base class is the animal class, si mammal ang intermediatory class, and then si dog is the derived class. Because, again, from the example here, si animal, Si mammal nag-extend kay animal, pero si dog nag-extend po siya kay mammal. So, multi-level inheritance ang tawag sa ilaha. Pero kung si animal o si reptile lang, those are what we call the single inheritance. Si mammal o si dog pod, since there's no other connection with them, kuan pod sila, single inheritance. Pero si animal, mammal, and dog, that is what we call the multi-level inheritance. We also have the third type of inheritance, hierarchical or hierarchical, whatever pronunciation of that, I'm not sure. Basta hierarchy something inheritance. One class serves as the superclass for more than one class. So from here, this will be the animal class, this is the mammal, and this is the reptile. As you can see, there naay more than one subclass or one child class si animal. Daghan siyang anak. Na anak niya si mammal o anak niya si reptile. While si mammal, napod siya another anak which is si dog. So, that is the representation of the inheritance. Okay? Was it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Sure, Judd? Okay, so those are the three types of inheritance that we have. So we also have the final keyword. See, final keyword daw will be used if you don't want other class to inherit from a class. We have to use the final keyword. So for example here, final class vehicle, meaning to say, dili na ka gusto magkaanak, baog ka or whatever. Dili na siya gusto magkaanak si vehicle, dili na daw siya gusto magkaanak. So nagbutang na siya final. So meaning to say si car karon cannot extend with the vehicle because naka-final na si vehicle. Gets? If you don't want other classes to extend from this class, you have to put final class. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, why and when to use inheritance? Kanus-a daw ug ngano daw magamit ta og inheritance? It is used for code reusability. Code reusability daw. For example, katong honk kaganina. Si honk kaganina is declared in the parent class, pero it was not declared in the child class. Pero nagamit gihapon siya ni child class. That is what we call reusability. Whatever you declare from another class who extends from the from that class can also use the datas, the variables that you have declared in that class. Do you understand? Understood?
Ano, ma'am?
Okay, again, it is inheritance is used for because of its reusability, because again, just like the honk na method kaganina, gi-declare siya sa vehicle na class which is the super class, pero gigamit siya ni child class nga wala niya nag-declare. Since sa atong child class wala na to siya gi-declare, so that is already what we call reusability. There's no need for you to declare it again since it was already declared in the parent class, or vice versa. Kung na-declare na siya sa child class, there's no need for you to declare it again. Pwede rin mo siya gamiton balik. Understood?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, so again, we can reuse attributes and methods of an existing class when you create a new class. So important facts about inheritance. Superclass can only be one. Again, si parent class or si superclass, that should be only one. Isa lang yun si parent class. Just like you, isa lang inyong mama, isa lang po din yung papa. So, a superclass can have any number of classes, but a subclass can have only one superclass. So, pwede daw ka daghan og anak, like si animal, daghan siya anak na si mammal na si reptile, but you can only have one parent class or the superclass. We have also the inheriting constructors. A subclass inherits all the members, fields, methods, and nested classes from its superclass. So again, just like the honk na method kaganina, na-inherit siya ni car na subclass. Private member inheritance, pag naka-private ang data, pag naka-private si variable, pag naka-private si method, other classes cannot use that one. A subclass does not inherit the private members of its parent class. However, if the superclass has a public or protected methods like getters or setters, this one is another method class we'll be discussing along the way upon the discussion. But I think we'll not be discussing that tonight. So for accessing its private fields, this can also be used by the subclass. So again, pag naka-private si data, you cannot use that one with the other classes. Okay, questions so far for the inheritance?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so let's try to code inheritance in NetBeans in order for you to see what is it about. So code lang nato dire ha. Can you see my screen now? Can you see
Yes,
it?
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So from here, let's try to create a new project. Let's say inherits. Ang atong name sa ato ang project is inherits. And then, so we have now this one. Clear sa inyo na side, class? Claro?
Yes, ma'am.
Gamay, ma'am.
Okay ra?
Right, sir, ma'am.
Okay. So I'll just remove the comments in here, ha? So this main class I will not use this one, will not use this main class. I will be creating a new class for the parent class and the child classes. So in creating new classes class, you can, kani man ato, makita ninyo ako mouse? Can you see my mouse?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Opo.
so this is our project, right? Inherits.java. Kani ang atong gina-submit. Kani inyong gina-submit sa submission. So in creating a class, right-click lang ni kaning taas sa .java, this one, inherits. Right-click that one and then mouse hover to new, and then you can create the Java class. So create nato si Java class. We can name this parent class para mabalaan lang nato. This will be the parent class. So mao ni ato ang parent. And then we'll try to create two child classes, duha ka anak. So same process diri gyapon sa inherits, and then click Java class, and then we'll try to identify two child classes. Let's say kitsa ba? Sige, let's say angel class. So si angel class is the child of the parent class. This is one child of the parent class. And let's try to create another one. This is also another child class of the parent class. So let's say we have kitsa June. Let's say June class. So siya si June. So again, in order for us to know na kani nga class is the child of the parent class, unsay gani buhaton? Si Angel o si June will be the child class of the parent class. So how can we know na si Angel o si June will be the child class of the parent class? What should we do? What should we do? Any guess? Ha? Wala mo na minaw kaganina? We have to use the keyword extends, right? 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 Tama, mali. Tama, mali.
Yes, ma'am.
Kinsa
Tama,
man ang
ma'am.
atong i-extend? Kinsa i-extend?
Si June, ma'am.
Si?
June.
Yung parent class, ma'am.
Si parent class.
Sorry.
Ay,
Okay? Again, I told you, angel class and June class will be the child class of the parent class. So, kung child sila ni parent class, meaning to say, ang atong gina-extend is si parent class. So, the same process here sa June class. So, we'll also extend this one with the parent class. So, mahimo na silang anak ni parent class. So, automatic pag naka-extends, na I word na extends and then the name of the class, which is this one, automatic na anak na sila ni parent class. Understood?
Ay, malas po.
Okay, so here in the angel class, we'll just write, pag naka-class lang siya class, as you can see, lahi siya because ang ato ang main nga class na ay word na ay method na main. Na siya naka-main na method. And again, si system, ang iyahang ginabasa lang yun is the main or the codes inside the main method. But since ang atong parent class, angel class, o June class, wala sila main class. So, whatever we code or whatever codes that we will be writing in our classes is kailangan nato siya isulod sa method. Para katong method, siya na lang atong tawagon diri sa parent class or sa inherits sa atong main class. So, let's try. I'll just create a method para magpa-output lang ta sa sulod sa angel class. So here, I'll just create a method, a public void method, public void, let's say talk. Pero nato isulod ang code para ni kay angel class. So, magpa-output lang ta na, hi, I am angel. Ano lang. And then, let's say, magbutang na lang po tag age. I am 2 years old. Okay? So the same ang atong buhaton with June class, mag-declare lang pud siya unsa iyang pangalan, pero we'll change this one into June. And the age will be 4. So sila daw ang anak ni parent class. Understood? Are you still following?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So si angel class karon naa siya execution or naa siya code na, hi, I'm Angel and I am 2 years old. So meaning to say, kung ato aning tawagon si angel class, iyahang output will be this. Kung tawagon nato si June class, iyahang output will also be this. But let's try to create a code in the parent class na pwede niya tawagon si angel class and si June class. So from here, again, since this is still just a class, wala siya main method, so we'll create another method here. Let's say call. And then sa sulod is para na interaction with the user, magpa-input lang ta kay user og name. So how can we ask the user to input the name? Magpa-input ta again kay user og name. What is your name? So naay question. Unsaon gani magpa-input kay user og name? Saan gani magpa-input? What should we do in order for the user to input something?
Itong scanner.
Very good. So, mag-declare tag scanner dere. Pero, in order for us to use the scanner, kailangan na si import. Ano sa nga import?
Java.util.
Correct. That is also correct. Java.util.scanner. Okay? Kailangan ni nga import in C++ pa, mao ni siya ang #include iostream. Okay? You all understand Visaya, right? Clash?
Yes, ma'am.
Di fontorum kasabot og Bisaya? Sahal, can you understand Visaya? Sahal? Palti? Hindi man mo manubag. Kasabot og Bisaya tanan? Sure? Kaya nagbisaya na ba ko?
Not po, ma'am.
Okay. So, since nag-import na tag scanner, so we'll just use or declare scanner here. Scanner input. Again, input is just a variable. You can use any other words that you would like. And then we have the new, and then scanner, and then we have the system.in. Dapat by now, you already memorized or familiarized with this one, ha? This is for the input. Para magamit na to si input.nextInt or .next, kailangan na ani sila. And system.out for the output. So again, nag-ask man ta ka user og name. So meaning to say, kailangan mag-input ni user og name. So para mag-input si user og name, mag-declare ta og variable na mo store sa gi-input ni user. Tama? Tama? Mali.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
po.
Tama, ma'am.
Okay, so let's since we are asking for the name, so let's put that or let's have a string as our data type. Then we have the variable name. And then, saan gani magpa-input? Saan gani atong gamiton? Angel, what should we do? Tupag dayon para manihapon na ta. What should we do? To ask the user for input. Unsay buhaton? Karen,
This
unsay
is scanner,
buhaton?
ma'am.
Yeah, so we have to use the scanner, which is we have to use this variable input dot man. String man atong gigamit. So unsay buhaton?
Next line.
Next. Pwede po next line actually. Pero let's just use next. Pwede next line ha? Okay. So again, this is used. It seems like di mo maningog og pangutanon. Again, this is used for the scanner. Kung wala ni, dili nato ni pwede gamiton. Dili ta maka-ask kay user to input. This is just a declaration of the variable. Dere isulod ni user or dere isulod sa atong system ang gi-input ni user, which is from this. Kani ang mo catch sa gi-input ni user, store niya kay name na variable. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so nagpa-input na ta kay user og name. And then, ang atong next na pangutana kay user is kung kinsa iyang tawagon. So let's say kani man ang atong parent, right? So for example, nag-input ta og name. Si name katong user siya ang parent. Niya gusto niya tawagon iyang mga anak. Either si Angel or si June. Si Angel panghugas na og plato or June panghugas na og plato. Ana lang. So magpili na siya karon kinsa iyahang tawagon. So here mag-prompt na pud ta kay user. Who would you like to call? Who would you like to call? So kung si Juan iyahang pinduton, 1, si Angel ang iyahang tawagon. Pag 2, si June iyahang tawagon. So let's just prompt the user for a menu. Wala lang po siya switch case pero I'll just use if else if, ha? You already know this one, right? I know you already know how to do if and else if. Am I correct? O, di na po manubag.
Slight, ma'am.
Na. Kita ko maglagot, ha? So, again, naata diri, who would you like to call? Kung 1 iyang i-press, si Angel iyang tawagon. Pag 2 iyang i-press, si June ang iyang tawagon. So, again, since we are asking man to the user to input a number, unsa man atong buhaton sunod? What will be the code next? Justin. Justin?
Gusto to, ma'am?
Unsay buhaton sunod? Kay nag-ask naman ta ka user kung kisay tawagon niya unsaon pagpa-input na pod.
Dito na sa kuan, ma'am. String name. Magkuan na po kag string name, string variable.
Again, either 1 or 2 lang ang iyang i-press. So unsay buhaton? String ba gihapon? String gihapon? What data type should we use if we would just like the user to input a number?
Int.
Int. Very good. So, mag-declare lang tag int, let's say selection. Selection is our variable. And then what's next? What's next, Justin? Unsay sunod? Ha? Marin, unsay sunod?
Mag-anog number,
Unsay
ma'am.
number?
1 or
Hmm?
2. 1 og 1 ay ano, ma'am? Si ano?
Felizarta, what's next? What's next, guys? Karen, what's
Input.
next? Yes, Kyla?
Input that next int.
Very good. Ay, naku, hapit na ko ma-stress good class. You already saw this one. And what you just need to answer is this one. 'Di ba? Kani atong kailangan para magpa-input.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, nagpa-input na ta kay user og number, either 1 or 2. This is just showing the user the selection that he has or unsay kailangan niya nga pilion, either 1 or 2 ba. So, karon ni-input si user og number, let's say 1 iyahang gi-input. Ang katong 1 ma-store siya sa selection. And then unsaon gani pag-catch sa user nga kung 1 iyahang pilion, kani ang mogawas, unsaon gani? We have to use the if ang selection daw is equivalent to 1, kung ang gi-press daw ni user is 1, meaning to say, tawagon daw niya si Angel. And to call Angel class, in order for us to call this class, para i-output niya ni, we have to copy this one. Kung capital letter si A, capital letter si C, dapat capital letter po siya sa atong pagtawag. So, we have Angel class. Mura lang siya nagtawag tag inani. Okay? So, Angel class, let's say inherit. Inherit is just a variable. Mura lang po siya input class. This is just to avoid confusion. Again, this is just a variable. Is equal to new Angel class. Understood?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, so meaning to say kung 1 daw iyahang gi-input, tawagon daw niya si Angel. And then in order for us to in order for the system to output this one, kailangan pud nato tawagon ang method niya kung asa siya gibutang. So that being said, we have to use inherit dot talk or kung unsa tong name sa imuhang method nga gigamit. So as you can see here, talk. This is producing an error, but let's just try to run this one kasi mawala ra ng error. So as you can see, nawala ang error. So as you can see, nawala ang error class. Pero walay output. Can you see my screen clearly? Walay output? Class?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay. So walay output because again, ang atong ginabasa lang sa system is what is inside the main class or main method. So here, ang atong buhaton is tawagon lang nato si parent class. The same as what we did here. So si parent class na siya call nga method. So all of this are inside the call method. So meaning to say kung tawagon nato si call nga method, ma-apply na pud ni tanan or ma-execute na pud siya tanan. So let's just call the parent class inherit is equal to new parent class. And then we have to use inherit, the keyword inherit or the variable inherit. And then dot, unsa man? Dot all. So again, use this one and then tawagon ang method nga naa sa ato ang parent class. So with this one, gibasa na siya sa atong main, meaning to say again, since naa na may sulod ang atong main, i-execute na pud niya ang sulod sa parent class. So let's try to run this one. So as you can see from here, is it clear on your end?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
so what is your name? So when I say I input Kim, kung gawas lang po siya, who would you like to call? Kung mag-input ko 1, dapat ang mugawas is katong, hi, I am Angel, I am 2 years old. Tama?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes po.
Okay, so dapat when I press enter, so as you can see, gitawag niya si Angel. And when we press 2, dapat si June pud ang mugawas. Wala na to gitawag si June, kaya wa patay code. Okay? So let's try to add a code for June. Else if selection is equivalent to 2, kung si selection daw equivalent siya kay 2, tawagon daw niya si June. So June class inherit is equal to new June class. And then what is the method inside June class?
So,
Inherit that, ano ma'am? Nasa
Inherit
yung baba.
dot
everything.
talk, right? Walay lain method sa sulod sa ato ang June class. So we have to call the talk. And then again, let's try to run this one again. Mag-input ko name. Piliun ako si June. Dapat mo gawa si hi, I am June, I am 4 years old. Tama? You can
Ma'am.
also add the else. I know you already know this one. Yeah? You already know this one, right? From your C++.
Yes, ma'am.
Tama? Okay. So else, kung wala sa selection, moingon lang po siya og selection out of range. Okay. So let's say, input na patag name, and then kung tayo 5 akong pilion, wala siya sa selection, wala siya kay either Angel or June. So, moingon lang po siya selection out of range. So, basically, this is the concept of creating a inheritance. Na basta natin keyword na extends and then we are extending something. But let's try to see or let's try to code something that can output reusability. So as you can see from here, natay name na variable, tama? So from here, since since the discussion earlier said that whatever that is that's inside our parent class can be used by the child class, tama? So since si name is our variable inside the parent class, meaning to say si name pwede po siya magamit sa ato ang child classes. So for here, nagpa-input man tag name. Ang akong gusto mahitabo is pag tawagon niya si Angel class, moingon na siya hi nya katong name nga gi-input. Let's say hi Kim, I am Angel. So let's try to do that one here. Since again, name tayo nag-input kog name nga Kim. So pag tawagon daw niya si Angel, moingon lang po siya hi and then the name. So change nato dire, add nato si name. So, as you can see, nag-red siya and it's producing an error. Pero ma'am, ngano na ingon ka ganina nga magamit si name maski wala nato siya gi-declare sa other classes. Pero ngano nag-error siya. So, this one class nag-error siya because si name is inside siya sa method, or meaning to say para lang siya ani nga method. Pero pwede nato siya tawagon sa other classes kung igawas nato ang iyahang declaration. So let's try to put the declaration outside. We have what we call the public declaration and the local declaration. This one, what we are doing is kung kani ang atong buhaton, local declaration of variable lang na siya. Pero kung igawas nato siya, himuon nato siyang public static string name. As you can see, okay na siya, wala na siya nag-error. So, let's try to check here. Again, naka-public na siya. Inside gihapon siya sa parent class. Let's try to check in the Angel. So, as you can see, wala na siya nag-error. Okay? Wala po nato siya gi-declare, wala ta nag-declare og name diri sa Angel class. Gigamit lang nato siya because naka-declare na siya daan sa atong parent class. So, let's try to run this one. The output should be, kung tawagon niya si Angel is, hi, in the name nga gi-input, I am Angel, I am 2 years old. Okay, let's try. Let's say, Kim, who would you like to call? 1. So, hi Kim, I am Angel, I am 2 years old. So, as you can see, nagamit nato si name na variable. Gets?
Yes, ma'am.
Sure, Jod?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Question so far for the inheritance?
Ma'am, given na ba daan ang 1 ug 2, ma'am, katong sa int?
Dili, ato siyang gi-catch. Kung ang input ni user is 1, kani, kung ang sulod na selection is 1, then kani iyang buhaton. Kung 2 iyang gi-input, then kani iyang buhaton. Gi-catch lang nato ang gi-input ni user.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Any other question? Any other questions? None?
None, ma'am.
Okay, so since there's no other question and it's almost time, we only have 6 minutes left. I will be uploading this recording, this session in our LMS, and I will also be uploading there the lecture materials, and I will just be creating the video na lang for the abstraction and encapsulation, because we lack time, and we'll try to meet again on Friday. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
No questions anymore? Concerns, clarifications?
And
Nice,
so far,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay, so since there's no question anymore, then we can end the session. Thank you, everyone. Good evening.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye, ma'am.
Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.